Introducing Tony and Other People, a podcast. Here's your host, Tony Levesque.
All set.
I should stop asking people that. I've been told it makes people nervous.
No, it's fine.
So I don't know if I know your maiden name. I know your name now is Steltz. Right?
Yep, it's
Did
Steltz.
I pronounce that right? David's in the room too.
You did, yeah.
He's hiding in the corner.
My maiden name is Kubacki.
Okay.
So it's like it used to be a Polish origin or whatever, but it's changed to, it used to be Kubacki. Now it's Kubacki. So, yeah.
Everyone's had that. We're all European here.
Changes, yeah. Yeah, right.
So Ellie, is that your full name or shortened for?
Ellie is short for my middle name, which is Elizabeth.
Okay.
And Karen is actually my first name.
Okay.
Yep. Not many people know that, and I don't ever use it except for when I have to, so.
Now everyone's going to know.
Yep, now everyone's going to know.
It's like Paul McCartney.
Yep.
I think his first name was James.
Oh,
James.
see, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. But his dad went by Jim, so he went by Paul, his middle name.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's kind of like me, because my mom couldn't name me Elizabeth for my first name because that's her name, but she wanted to call me Ellie, so she made it confusing for me.
It's like with Penelope, everyone thought her nickname was going to be Penny, and we hate the name Penny.
Yeah.
So we call her Pippi.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
But my friend Mo calls her Nellie.
Oh.
Which is like the middle of the name.
Yeah, that works.
Penelope.
Nellie's cute. Yeah, I like that.
So, yeah, crazy. Now that we got names out of the way. Did you start your own business? Is that what I heard?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been 2 years in February, so it'll be almost 2 years. Yeah.
I'm getting the news late then.
No, yeah, it's okay. It's kind of up and down. I'm not always able to invest a lot of time in it, but lately it's been getting busier. A lot more people are hearing about me, so that's good. Yeah.
That's what it takes.
Yeah, exactly. Word of mouth.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Especially in an area like this. That's, you know, a lot of people advertise like crazy, which is great. I mean, that's my other job.
Yeah, right.
But a lot of what gets businesses started around here is word of mouth.
Yeah.
And if it's a good product, that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's what I've been finding this past year. Like, I just feel like once people started talking about it, it's just picked up a lot. Whereas when it first started, it was family and friends who would buy from me, which is a good start. But then you need other business.
They show their family and friends, and
exactly.
That's what builds it.
Yep.
So, David's taking pictures. Not used to that.
Yeah.
So what is the business, actually?
The business, well, it's called Miscellaneous Delights Company. It started out mostly greeting cards. I would just, I realized that I loved writing cards to people and packaging things and just kind of making things pretty. So I decided to sell greeting cards because a lot of people seem to like the ones that I'd make. Now, after almost 2 years, I do mugs. I design mugs and cards and journals. Custom wood signs now is something I'm branching into. It's really anything with like script, calligraphy, hand lettering is like kind of a term for it. Modern calligraphy is a preferred way to call it. So yeah, anything that you just kind of write, you know, I like to write pretty things, and that's what my business is pretty much.
So it's freehand then?
Yeah, freehand.
Oh, that's great.
Yep. Yeah.
I used to do a lot of work with glass etching, only it drove me nuts because I don't do any of the font freehand.
Yeah.
And cutting that out is just
so
a pain.
You do like a stencil or something?
Yeah, like
kinda?
a stencil. So I'd print something up and then with carbon paper. Yeah, years ago.
Yeah.
Old ways. Yeah. But that was, I hated it.
Yeah.
Because my handwriting is atrocious.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really fun. I love to do it, and I love finding ways to I've tried to grow in it and kind of test myself and push myself past the limits, so it's been fun to learn more.
What's been the scariest part of it?
Custom orders are pretty scary. Like one of the scariest things was I did my first wedding order for signs this year. For a local wedding, and it was really fun and awesome, but they gave me their wood like that they personally made, and so once I started painting on it, it made me very nervous because I didn't want to mess it up, but it all turned out great and it was fun in the long run. But anything where it's on a special piece that someone gives me, that's very nerve-wracking to me. So I measure it all out and I test it on paper like 10 times, and then I go for it.
Well, weddings are tough anyway because people want things perfect.
Yes,
for
exactly.
a wedding. There's They want everything perfect for that day.
They've got a vision, and you need to make sure it looks like what they have in mind. So,
but it makes it even more rewarding when you do well.
Exactly.
So
Yep.
when
Definitely.
you nail somebody's wedding, then
that's a big deal. Yeah. Definitely.
So what else do you do? Hang out with this guy over here.
Yeah, I spend some time with him. And we have 2 cats at home, so we hang out with them and snuggle. But I work at Sunnycrest actually as my full-time job. I do marketing there, kind of social media, Facebook, Instagram for them.
Radio commercials.
Yeah, radio commercials. That's me. So that kind of stuff and just the odd stuff there. Otherwise, we do some stuff with our church in Carthage, different small groups and youth group there. And my business takes up the rest of my time. So, that's pretty much what I do.
It's got to be busy this time of year, too.
It is, yeah. And it's been busier this year than last year. So it's been good. It's good to be busy, but I'll be happy to have a break over Christmas.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about getting a storefront?
Yeah, I have. I've gone through phases of really wanting one, and then kind of thinking, it's not worth the work. But I think I'd like to one day, or at least partner with someone. Like right now, I actually have some of my stuff in, like Sunnycrest has some of my stuff. I have products in I'm like blanking on the Lyric Coffee Shop in Clayton. They sell some of my stuff. So for now, I'm like okay with partnering with businesses around there, but I'd love to have a storefront one day. Yeah, I think it'd be really fun.
A storefront, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's expensive because you got to pay that rent, and whether you sell something or not. But it's also nice to have a place where people can come and pick up your whatever you make.
Exactly.
Hold it in their hands.
Yep.
And check it out.
Yep.
And I think one of the best parts about that would be to be in the store and to get to talk to these people directly.
Definitely.
And just, hang out in the shop and be able to do your thing.
Yeah. No, I think it'd be really fun. And then you can kind of like express your brand even more in a storefront where you can kind of display your work and let people see it firsthand. Whereas online, well, I do. Yeah. Like mostly I sell online on Etsy and that's fun, but people don't really get to see your personality so much. You have to work kind of hard for them to see that in your writing or something like that. So, yeah.
That and online, I've noticed, is really easy for you to scroll past something and, oh, wow, that's cool, and then just keep going.
Yep.
And people forget to hit that like button, or they're so stingy with the like button.
Yeah.
Or they're like, I wonder if she can make that in blue.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll keep scrolling.
Yep.
Rather than to have you there and say, hey, can you make this in blue?
You. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. No, it's hard to get noticed online, especially just, it's such a big thing right now. Everyone is online. So there's so many products. There's so many people coming at you with advertisements and sales. And so it's definitely like not so easy to get people's attention.
Right.
Yeah.
And people are on social media for all different reasons. Sometimes they're not in the mood to buy, or they don't have any money, so they're scrolling past your thing. When they do have money, or they're looking to buy, it was 2-3 days ago and they can't remember where they saw it. Or,
definitely. Yeah, that's the trick.
I always tell people with social media, it's really tough trying to sell things on there because that's not what it's made for. Really. But then you got to branch out and do Etsy. And I never had a lot of luck with Etsy. I don't know how that works out for you, but
it's hit or miss. It tends to be like once I get one sale, then I get a couple more right after it because I think it bumps you up. But lately I've been finding it's very hard to get noticed just because there's so many people selling the same thing that you sell.
Right.
So you have to, you have to do a lot of sales. You have to mark it down. Right now the big thing is free shipping, which everyone wants free shipping for Prime
Amazon
and whatnot. Yep.
Exactly. Ruined all of the shipping business.
Yep. And I'm one of those people who wants free shipping, but when you're trying to ship things for free, it's not free to ship stuff. So you have to compensate somehow.
You jump the price up, and if it's not, if they can find it $1 cheaper somewhere else.
Yeah, pricing is one of the most difficult things I've found, actually, just owning it. Just, what's your value and wanting people to buy it, so you mark it down, but then you're like, I'm not getting what it's worth, and it's very tricky.
Right.
Yeah.
I used to be horrible with pricing. That's why I let my wife make all the prices.
Oh, that's
She's
smart.
like, oh, well, this is this much. Well, I don't know. I mean, it looks like it should be cheaper.
Yeah, that sounds
She's
like
"You
me and
always-
David.
Always undercut yourself. You
Yep.
can't do that.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's very difficult to charge what you really think it could be worth, or to feel like it's worth that much. Sometimes
Right.
it's just like, oh, I don't know if I'd spend this much money on it, but yeah.
But also, when you're trying to make a business out of something, you have to really say, how much time did this take me?
Yep.
Because in the long run, is it going to be worth it to sell this or not?
Exactly.
If
Yep.
it costs too much money for, if you put how much time is into it,
Yep.
into the cost,
Yeah.
sometimes
absolutely.
it's a labor of love.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
But it's still got to be a labor of love.
Yeah, always.
Do people get sick of getting your gifts as Christmas presents?
Oh, this year I'm trying hard not to give everyone something from my shop, but
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it?
yeah, it is. It is.
I always imagine, a couple of years ago, I wonder what glass thing I'm
Yeah.
going to get from Tony this year.
Yep, definitely.
Cheapskate.
Pretty much how it goes. But
Yeah.
this year we tried to branch away from. Some people are getting things, but
Yeah.
oh yeah, no.
But if you love what you're giving them, you're not just pulling something off the shelf that's not selling. That's a
Yeah.
whole different thing.
Yeah, definitely. If it's something that you think fits them and something that you think they'd love, then yeah. It's fun to create things for people, that's for sure. So,
Right. And your stuff is very personalized. So
yes, it is. Yeah. So I can personalize something from my shop for people, but yeah, it's still kind of
Right.
try not to give everyone my stuff, but yeah.
What's your favorite thing to make?
Lately it's been the wood signs. It's been really fun just kind of customizing, and it's then I'm painting them directly, whereas the greeting cards at this point I design them on my computer and then I can print them, which is fun too. But the wood signs and then mugs are really fun for me too, just because I love mugs and I love coffee, and I think it's fun to kind of think of designs that create that cozy feeling that you want someone to have in their own house. So
Right.
mugs and signs are my favorite.
The cool thing about mugs, too, is everyone has their mug,
Yep.
but only for a couple years.
Yeah.
And then you switch and you're like, oh,
Yep.
now this is my mug.
Yep. Yeah. I always say you can never have too many mugs. David might disagree with me because we keep having to add hooks in our house to hang them up everywhere. But
We have cupboards
Yeah.
of mugs. We've
Yeah.
got boxes in the closet of mugs.
yeah.
As you know, I'm a huge Beatle nerd.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I remember, I think it was FYE in the mall had Beatles mugs of all the albums.
Oh wow.
So there's 13
Oh
albums.
no.
And I remember I went there one day and they had all marked down there, $2.50 a piece.
Oh my gosh.
So I bought the whole set. Well, I wasn't the only one that saw the deal for Christmas. Oh, I got so
Oh
many
no.
of the same Beatles mug. I still have
that's
them in the
hilarious.
boxes,
Oh my gosh.
packed away somewhere.
Oh,
and everyone's like, "Oh, they'll be worth money." No, nothing's
No.
worth money someday.
No, that's true. Yeah.
I've got the Beatles Matchbox cars on the wall. The whole
Oh my
set.
gosh, I didn't even notice those. That's awesome.
They were sold at Walmart. They're
Wow.
never going to be worth
No.
any money. There's
But they look
millions
cool
of them
on
out
your
there.
wall.
Yeah.
Yep.
Someday,
Yep.
when my great grandkids
There you go.
are like, "Who are the Beatles?" And I slap
Oh
them.
no. Yeah.
Wrong question, kid. So, what do you listen to for music? Now that we're on music, apparently.
Well, lately I've been listening to Christmas music.
Well,
Can't get enough of that. But
Has that always been the way, though?
Christmas music?
Yeah, have you always been into it, or just as you're getting older?
I've always been into Christmas music. There's still certain CDs that I want to listen to from like when I was growing up that give you that feeling of like reminiscing, back
Mariah
to
Carey.
No. No, that works, but not that far back. Yeah, it's you just can picture the discs even, but now we've got them on Spotify, but you can still look them up and all
Right.
that. So other than Christmas, when I listen to music, I like folk music mostly, kind of chill, like First Aid Kit, Mumford and Sons for a while.
Oh, so modern folk.
Modern folk. I say
Gotcha.
Mumford and Sons, but like The Head and the Heart, it kind of depends. Mumford and Sons I haven't actually listened to in a while because they've changed their music quite a bit, I feel like. But I'm honestly, I'm not very picky about my music, so I can kind of, sometimes I like listening to the radio and pop music too. It just depends on my mood, especially in the car. I like that. So
right.
Yeah.
It really does depend on your mood.
Definitely.
It's weird. Sometimes when I'm in a happy mood, I listen to really heavy music.
Oh, yeah.
And you would think the opposite. Like when I'm mad, I would listen to that.
Right.
When I'm happy, I want to listen to like mid-90s hard rock.
Yeah.
And it just makes me happier.
Oh, that's funny.
Of course, that's my teen years. So.
Right. It takes you back to that time.
Right.
Yeah.
Nostalgia is very important.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So how old are you?
I'm 23.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So your teen years were
a little
few
later.
years ago. 5 years ago. Wow, 5 years ago I was in my 30s.
Yeah, born in the 90s, but I don't really know much of the 90s culture because at that point I was pretty young. So, yeah.
That's one thing I find I can't relate. Like my wife is mid-20s.
Okay.
But she's a lot younger than I am, obviously. But her parents always listened to an older generation's music. So what she grew up with was kind of what I grew up with.
Interesting.
So she was never into the music of the day, or if she wasn't very much, and it kind of fell off.
Yeah.
But people of your age, I really don't understand musically. It's people getting old, and you'll get there too.
Yeah,
You'd be
no
like,
doubt.
what are these kids listening to?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I feel like that even.
Get out of my yard.
Yeah. Yep, definitely.
I know. I work for the radio station. Some of the new stuff coming out just makes me sad.
Yeah. No, I understand that. Yeah.
So you don't listen to any old stuff then?
I don't, but sometimes David will play it because he loves making playlists and he's really into music a lot more than me. And I do enjoy it. I just don't necessarily choose to go there. I just kind of play the same music all the time. So
right. And you guys are religious, so is there any Christian music that you're into, or?
Honestly, I used to listen to it more, like Hillsong, worship songs, especially in the background. But lately I haven't really, like I said, I just don't listen to music that much. And when I do, it's in the car. So I actually don't listen to much Christian music, as weird as that sounds. But then, of course, there's stuff we sing at church, kind of the classic worship songs, which a lot of those are really cool, too. But, yeah, I don't really play music in the background that much.
Oh, that makes me sad.
I know.
While you're making art, you don't play music?
No, I don't.
You listen to podcasts, though.
I did listen. I can't. Sometimes I do. But I actually watch TV shows in the background.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind
shows
of been my
that you've
thing.
Seen a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, like Gilmore Girls is one that I go through.
No.
Yeah, sorry. You're not a fan?
Well, no.
It's that classic like TV
no,
show. Yeah.
My wife burned me out on.
Yeah,
they
that's
talk so fast. They talk so true.
Yeah. Yeah, I play that one over and over again. We're going through Friends right now. Just kind of random ones that you've seen so many times. New Girl. I mean, some newer ones, some older ones.
You have the same taste my wife does.
No doubt.
Yeah.
That's great.
Must be a woman in the 20s.
Yeah, must be.
Something like that. And David, I'm sure, likes Ancient Aliens. No?
Is that the History Channel?
Yeah. That's one of my guilty pleasures. That's the only reason
Have you seen that?
No.
I've seen it.
No.
I love fake history stuff.
It's entertaining.
Yeah. So you work at the flower shop. How do you like that?
Yeah. It's really fun to work there. Like I said, I do the marketing and social media, so I get to take a lot of the pictures of the flowers, which is fun. You can't get bored of that. But every day is kind of different. You don't know what to expect. And during the holidays, it's especially busy, so that's been fun. Just
chaos.
Kind of, chaos and fun, and just depends on the day. But yeah, it's a great place to work.
Did you have experience when you went into that, or no?
The only experience I had was from my own business, because at that point I'd been doing social media for my business for, only I guess about 6 months. But as far as flowers go, no experience. Some gardening experience. I used to work at the Valley Greenery before that, so I had kind of that experience, but it doesn't really go hand in hand with flower shop. So not really, honestly. Just the social media aspect. I kind of knew some stuff, but At this point, I don't really do any of the designing. Like I'll put wraps together for people with flowers, but I'm not one of the flower designers, so it's a little different. But
it's got to be nice to go into a place to work that smells so nice too.
Well, honestly, people walk in and say it smells good, and we kind of get used to the smell.
Right.
You don't even notice it, but it doesn't smell bad, so there's that.
Right. Yeah, I used to work at Kraft years ago, and it was the same thing. Like, you're smelling that same thing.
Oh my gosh.
All day.
Yeah, I feel like that could be some interesting smells over there.
But when you walked in from a long weekend, yep, there it is again.
Yeah.
It didn't go away.
Yep.
It wasn't flowers.
Yeah. I can't complain. Flowers, it's a good place to work. Absolutely.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now they changed hands recently.
Yes, it's been, I think we just completed our first month was November. So now we're into our second month. Lena now owns it. She's the one who's worked there. She, like, I think coming on 9 years, she was an employee there. So she decided to buy it with her husband. And it's been awesome. It's been exciting, you know, kind of making some changes, but also just like continuing as normal since everyone kind of knew the flow and everything. But we definitely miss having Heidi there too, though, because after all those years. So, but yeah, it's been a fun transition. So.
It's got to be tough because that's been a business for so long, and people that have been going there forever don't want big, huge changes.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you got to kind of tiptoe with the changes there.
We're doing our best to make it a smooth transition to show people that we want to change things, you know, for good, but it's not going to, like, you know, surprise them. It's not going to be crazy. We're still doing the same things we were before, just, you know, making minor changes. So.
Well, I've heard a lot of good from people, so
good.
That's a good
we
thing.
like to hear that. Yep. No, for overall, it's been a good transition. So, yep.
Do you like doing the commercials?
Yeah, I do. I really don't mind it. The first time I did it, I was terrified because I'd never done anything for the radio before, but Fred was great. He was
Fred,
great.
Fred is the man.
You can't help but be comfortable with him. So,
I've been wanting to get him on the podcast forever.
Oh my gosh,
just because I can talk
should get
for
him on
hours.
there.
Hours and hours with Fred.
No, he'd be great for this. Yeah, you should definitely do that.
But I really enjoy your commercials because you can hear the confidence in your voice. You know what you're there. You put the work into writing them.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you do the writing.
I do, yep.
Yeah. So that makes a huge difference because we get a lot of people that come in and they are scared to death. To
really?
do their commercials and people for news stories and stuff too. And like I feel bad for Brian Trainer, because a lot of his news stories, those people do not want to be there.
Yeah,
and he really
they
has
get
to
nervous.
drag the words out of them.
Yep.
And no, I have to edit yours, and they're super easy.
Oh,
it's
well,
like,
that's good to know.
Yours was 31 seconds, so I'll take a couple breaths out of there.
Like I time it on my timer and everything, and I talk really fast.
I wish more people would do. Believe me.
Well, that's good to hear. I'm glad. Yeah, I've kind of embraced it. You know, they kind of let me do all the stuff where I have to talk. If there's a camera, they throw me in front of it. So it's
there you go.
Just embracing it. It's fine.
Yeah. Don't be scared.
Yep.
Well, if you're ever bored and want to voice some commercials, I've always got a stack of them there.
Oh, really?
So
that you
free.
have to voice for people?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And we use a program or Google Groups that we send commercials out. Like if I get 10 commercials, I'll take 2 or 3 of them and put a message on there, an email chain saying I need 3 voice or a voice on these 2 30s or 3 30-second commercials.
Really?
And people will send me theirs. So I voice them, and then
my gosh.
so that we can trade voices.
So it's not always the same voice,
right?
Yeah. Oh, that's really interesting.
Because it's easy for me to just go in and voice everything,
right?
You know, that's what I do all day.
Your voice on the whole radio.
Which around this time of year, it really is because I don't have time to send stuff out.
Sure. Yeah.
So anytime somebody comes in the office, I'm like, "Hey, voice this for me real quick."
That's
Fred,
great.
I'm always, "Hey, Fred, get over here. You busy?" Well, kind of. Well, I don't care. Get over here.
Awesome.
Do these 2 commercials.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy to if you ever need me to. There you go.
Anytime.
I'll just be on call. There you go.
All right. You get bored, come voice. I even had Penelope, my daughter, voice on.
Oh, my word. That's great.
She comes in a couple days a week because my wife goes to school.
Yeah.
And she goes to school down in Utica.
Oh.
And we'll drop Penelope off sometimes for the last hour of my show. So I'm like, all right, come here. can you say this? And you know.
Oh, people would love that.
So she does a line or two, and
Yep.
I have liners for my show, and she'll, say something about, oh, you're awesome, Dad, or something.
Aw,
And then I'll put some music behind it. But
that's awesome.
she definitely has a career in
Really?
radio.
Oh, yeah? That's awesome.
If you ask her where I work, she'll say, the Moose, 99.3, 101.3 FM.
Oh, my word. That's
She knows.
hilarious.
She knows.
She's got the touch. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
But there is a lot you can do with work like that.
Yeah.
You've got a great voice. You know what you're doing.
Hmm.
I haven't seen any of your video work yet, but
Yeah, there've only been a couple things where we were doing something and Lincoln Lewis County, they came and
Right.
videoed once, and it's never been anything super big, just little clips here and there, but just 2 or 3 times I feel like. But yeah, so I haven't done much yet. Yeah, there was someone from Channel 7 News interviewed us when we were in the summer when they, put the water shortage notice out, and I was out watering plants. So she's like, can you, do you want to do an interview? I was like, okay. So anyway, it was fine. We talked about how we try to conserve water as much as we can. It was 2 seconds by the time
Right.
they actually put it on the TV. So
yeah, but that's great.
yeah,
It's nice to
good.
be
It's exposure,
Yeah.
either way. So.
and to become comfortable with that, because not a lot of people are. So
Yeah,
a
that's
skill.
why. Yeah, everyone at work makes me do it because they're like,
Right.
Ellie will do it. So I'm like, fine.
You should do some live Facebook Live videos with your business.
Yes, I've thought about doing that. The live does make me more nervous than recording where someone could kind of edit it later. So I've always wanted to, and I think it has a lot of success for people when they do it. So yeah, I should probably do that.
Well, if you're worried about the live thing, come in during my live show, and
Oh, I know.
I'll let you sit in the chair
To
for
get
a
some
minute.
practice.
Yeah,
When do you do the live show?
I'm 4 to 6 every day.
Oh, okay. That's all live. Gotcha. We do listen to it. I just never really realized which is live and which is
Right.
pre-recorded.
I like hearing that. Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Wait, that was live?
Yeah, there you
buddy.
go. Yeah.
Oh, my first couple weeks starting, and people tell me, you sound really nervous.
Oh, no.
Don't tell me
That's
that.
awful. Yeah. No, you got to just say you sound great. Yeah.
But it's like anything else. You get used to doing it.
Yep.
That's
Absolutely.
what I tell people at the podcast, too. Skip ahead 5 minutes when you listen.
Yeah.
And then you'll notice the difference in the people's voice. 'cause
Yep,
they
absolutely.
They forget the microphone is there.
You do notice that.
Yep.
Yeah, you're just talking then. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I think we covered everything.
Okay.
The whole
Everything. Oh, yeah.
Anything you want to talk about?
No, I think you covered everything.
Well, plug your business real quick. Tell people where they can get all your stuff.
Well, my business, like I said, it's Miscellaneous Delights, but I always spell it MISC, just abbreviated, period, Delights Company, and it's on Facebook, Instagram. I have a website, which is just miscellaneousdelights.co, C-O, and pretty much you can get my shop from there. You can find my Instagram there. So
Etsy.
Instagram and Facebook, yeah, and Etsy's through my website. So yeah.
And a storefront coming soon.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
2000 something.
Yeah, maybe.
Within the century.
Yep. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for stopping by, Ellie.
Well, thanks for having me, Tony.
Thanks for listening to Tony and Other People, a podcast. Questions, comments, concerns for Tony's overall well-being? Want to be part of the show? Find us on Facebook or email us at tonyandotherpeople@gmail.com.